when you first start teaching and your lesson book, like you could fill, like you would sit there and write, like one lesson would take like a whole page and it was like intricate. And I found that lesson book years later and I realized that every lesson could have been a whole year. You know what I mean? Bert and Sandy will study the evolution of snails and then we will proceed to the field trip and we'd all be like 9 to 11 a.m. But one of my great mentors at this school, St. Francis de Sales School for the Deaf, was a teacher, a leader by the name of Kathy Costello. And she was actually a nun. And there was an order in Brooklyn that devoted itself to this school. It was a public school for the deaf in Brooklyn, but these women really gave of themselves to this particular school. When I first started teaching, I said to Sister Kathy, I said, please tell me everything you know, because the children really, they just adored her. And when she, you know, when she'd come in, immediately there was no more chaos. You know how that is? Just that certain style. And I said, what's your secret? What's your secret? And she leaned into me and she said, come here, come lean in. And I leaned in, I'm thinking like, this is it. I'm going to get the whole thing. I'm going to get the whole story from Sister Kathy. And she said to me, it's joy. That's it. It's just joy. She said, I love being here. I love being with these children. I love them. It's the joy. And really, I think in teaching, I think we don't tell enough the story of the joy. When people ask, oh, you're a teacher? Usually the next thing they say is, oh, you get your summers off? And then like they can't really think of anything else. Have you ever noticed that? I'm like, I have like 25 kids in my class, and they're really interesting, but nobody's even asking me about them. So we have to make that discourse more real. It's us. We're the ones who need to tell that story. Because nobody can tell the story like we can. Nobody can tell the story of the joy the way we can tell it. I want you just to take a minute because, you know what, next week you'll be back in the rush of school and everything will be like chaotic again. But here we are in this room where we get to be served lunch, which is nice, plus one, as my daughters and I say when we like something, and we're together. And in this room, in these moments just now, let's just take just 2 minutes to think about what causes you joy in the classroom, and to try to create the world of your classroom around that, just that. Because really all meaningful work is about joy. It is. It's effortless joy. No matter what everyone else says out there, you know what it feels like when you're in the classroom. You know what it feels like when you connect with that child. I want you to take just 1 minute to reflect on that joy. And if you could, turn to the person beside you and share just an instant of why and what that joy is for you. Take a minute to turn and talk.